Hi, my name is Isaac Thompson, 25 years old. I'm from America. I saw this commercial for Newcastle. It's an ale, Newcastle Brown Ale, and it was a really interesting time in my life. I didn't really know what I wanted to do, where I wanted to go, but I saw this commercial and I was like, wow, like everything about this feels like me, like, and I wasn't the most popular kid at school. They'd be like, Isaac, we hate you, and just clever things like that they'd say to me. So at 18, I saw this commercial, and I was like, I need to make change. That commercial connected with me and resonated with me so much that I, started just like investigating into who this David character was, and I was blown away. Like he did the Honey Maid ads, and like my house is always like stocked with Honey Maid, Teddy Grahams, like it was a childhood favorite, and you want one? No, okay, and it was just like this guy. It's almost like some people are like born with like a twin in the womb and they consume their twin. It was kind of like that, but he was just in another womb. Like I felt like really connected to this guy. I found out that he, 21, was like already doing big things. 27, he was like creative director, and he was like formed his own agency pretty young. And I was like, I can do that. Like I'm pretty much the same guy. So that's what I've been doing. I did founding Rogba 7. It's a little shout out to him. I don't know if he knows about us. Like when I say we, it's really just me in my house. I don't have any clients yet, but we're working on it. Like you got to start small, and I feel like he wasn't afraid to do anything differently because that's how he got to where he is. Like he was rebellious. I mean, from what I hear, he's pretty humble. I hear you put a little microphone in his office, you hear a lot of things. So, and he's just he's a humble guy and he's rebellious. And I was just like, I need to be him. Like, dude surfs, I surf. Listening to him through my microphone, I started doing a little Australian accent. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I got something. He's like, throw another shrimp on the barbie. It's just like I got a picture. And I think like through sheer willpower, I think there's kind of like a resemblance. You know what I'm saying? Like you can kind of like I look like this guy right now. Like you didn't think so before. Like if you'd seen me like 5 years ago, but like somehow my face has kind of like changed. It's changed a little bit. Like surgery, no surgery. Just I prefer destiny. Small-minded people will get in the way and whatever, but like, give me 5 years and I'll be where David is. Like no doubt in my mind. Anyway, this is the ad that inspired me to leave the country and try and emulate David Droga. It's the Anna Kendrick Super Bowl spot.
I was really excited to make a commercial with Newcastle, but then turns out they don't even have the money or permission to make a commercial. They can't even say the word it's bleeped. I don't even think they can say like game. I don't think you can mention football like in any capacity. How the are you gonna make a commercial without saying the words? I was surprised that I even got offered the part, because I don't think of myself as like beer commercial babe hot, I mean, I'm hot, but like approachable hot, like the hottest girl in your improv class hot, like hot to the kind of guys who like feel bad calling a girl hot, but like beer commercial hot. Am I beer commercial hot? No, but I love a challenge because I've done like indies and blockbusters, kind of well-rounded. I mean, basically the only thing I haven't done is a nude scene and get paid a ton of money to be in a commercial for a beer I don't even drink. So this gave me the opportunity to basically do both of those things. Yeah, we were like days away from shooting, and then they called and told me they didn't have any money. It's disappointing, because I was really looking forward to the paycheck. So I'm like back to doing indie cred stuff, which is great, but can't stuff indie cred down a male stripper's G-string. You know what I'm saying? I'll just give you an endorsement right now. Hi, Newcastle Brown Ale, the only beer that ever promised me a high-paying role in a commercial and then backed out at the last second like a bunch of Suck it. Suck it.
But I mean, like, when was the last time you saw a Super Bowl ad that was so against, just Super Bowl ads? Like, usually they try and like get super big, they're super high budget, and they're just like trying to like captivate your attention. This one's just like, who cares about the Super Bowl? Like, we don't need to impress you. Like, we couldn't even make it there, but like they did, and it's just like, they broke the rules, and like to me, like that's all that like I really wanted to do, especially being picked on and stuff. I just needed to make a change, and so I left. I went to Australia, and I just like it changed my life. That's why I'm doing everything that I can to be David Droga.
Yeah, like you want to like wear his body as like.
I'll wear his skin as a leotard. And then David did like the Honey Maid ad or the campaign, and it just had a bunch of interracial couples and gay couples and people that looked, sort of taboo, like with a lot of piercings and tattoos, and they just came out and they really supported them through Honey Maid. And then a lot of people really didn't like that campaign idea, and they like sent in a bunch of hateful comments. And David was like, you know what? I don't care. And took all of those mean comments that they put on Facebook, and then he put them all together and spelled out love. That's one reason that I love David. And because he fights for what he believes in, and he just doesn't care. And so people tell me, you can't water your plants more than twice a day, but I say 3 times is right. And people send me hate mail. My old neighbor Susan, she's like, you can't do that, you're gonna kill him. I say, bitch, please. So the Honey Maid commercial humbled me. They took all those messages, they crumbled them up, and they spelled out love. Just to be like, fuck you, love. It's crazy. I love it.
What makes us wholesome never will. Honey Maid. Everyday wholesome snacks for every wholesome family. This is wholesome.
And another thing David did was the UNICEF TAP project, and he described it as like his 5th kid, so I guess it makes it like my niece or something, you know what I'm saying? And he basically just, had a bunch of people in New York, a bunch of restaurants in New York, pledge that if you paid $1 for your tap water, which they would usually give you for free, that they would feed a kid in Africa with 40 days of drinking water. And, I don't have the exact numbers, but I'm pretty sure I like drowned like 9 kids because I just kept paying for all the water that I would get from restaurants like on purpose. And they did that at VCU, they did it in New York. And I could tell that David really like believed in this initiative and this project, and as part of his rebellious spirit.
So TAP is amazing, as my mother said, and I've said this before, which is true. Anyone who knows her, she's a mad activist. She said, finally you've done something great. And I think she really meant it. And I think for the first time in my life, for all the accolades I've got, this is the one thing that I actually, I think I'm the proudest of, and happy to see it take on its various lives and made better by our industry. We can change the world because we have to change the world. It's our responsibility to, and if we don't, we have no excuses.
And so I always try and just, see things, in my own way, that if I deem something to be wrong, I'll do something about it. Like, it's cool, it's kind of cool to just not care and throw your trash around, but then there's also an emerging counterculture against that, and that it is cool to care. And, I like to think that I'm in that initiative and doing a little more just because, of my attitude about it. Like, it's more David, so it's better than everybody else. Okay, so like here's another ad that I really love by David, and he just kind of also inspired me. They have an interview on here I haven't seen yet. We should watch that first. Click on that.
Yeah, David always fights for what he believes in. At work, he really engages in the creative process and is very hands-on. He once told us at a happy hour after work that originality is the purest form of creativity. He hates it when someone tries copying other people's work or style. In David's eyes, following someone else's dream is worse than giving up on your own dream.
David? Can we cut? Can we cut right now? Can we just... It's just like I've spent so much of my life trying to be like David Droga, and just you know, just moved away and just tried to change everything, tried to be a rebel, tried to just be just stupid, you know. It's just I gave it everything I had, trying to change the world. And just, you know, now David, you know, David didn't copy anybody. David was just David, like, he just did his own thing, and I feel like trying to emulate his awesomeness, I've just like let him down, and I just don't know where to go from here. Like, I'm trying to just remember that David was David, and like, I need to be me, and like that's how I'm gonna be great at advertising, and that's how I'm gonna, like, you know, have my own UNICEF tap thing. With, like, I don't know if I'll ever be able to because I'm not David, but like I gotta try. I just gotta make a change, you know. I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. I mean, I guess what I learned, it's not all bad. I learned that, like, David just stood up for what he believed in and just followed his own path. And like, if I'm gonna be great, then I just have to follow what I believe in and figure that out, and, you know, not worry about anybody else, and just, you know, kind of like follow my heart, I guess. But like, you know, there's truth in it, and I just gotta figure myself out.
I'm very fortunate I've made a career out of being a daydreamer. Believe in yourself, classically, and stick to what you know, and things will be all right. Be a good person, good things happen. Pretty simple.